Hey guys, what's going on? This is Artie for everyone. Um, for those who don't know, we're from Ukraine, and we, as in me, my wife, and my kid. I got two kids, but one of them was born in United States because the war of Ukraine. We had to leave. She's 3 months old, but the other one is 17 months old. Their name is Matthew and Vivian, and I'm just asking for your subscription because we need your help. Um, this is simple. I've been following many people um, as a YouTuber, but I'm making this nonsense talk just to open my heart to you and tell you a little story. So I was when the COVID started. Um, Me and my wife were apart. My wife was in Ukraine, and I was here. The documents process got hold up, and so I started working at the chocolate factory. As a 3 months, I worked there 40 hours a week, and then I realized that when I'm qualified to do something, I can work more hours. And as COVID progressed, I just ended up working 7 days a week, and I did that for 4 months. Um, I mean, I could say I swim chocolate, but that's just I did a lot of dirty jobs, and their review of the work was garbage. Um, they didn't treat us the way a good workers do. Um, because I was a full time, we I was training people that weren't qualified to do it. So we would have contractors that come in and get hired from Las Vegas, from Pennsylvania, work there for a couple of weeks, couple of months, and then get out. And so we didn't get any full timers, and we were doing jobs that require 2, 3 people. But um, as the COVID progressed, I realized that I wasn't gonna be able to go to Ukraine just like that um, because I wasn't vaccinated. I'm not vaccinated, but I wasn't vaccinated, and I realized we're gonna be apart for a long time. We're gonna be apart, and I won't be able to find her because I'm in two different continents. I understand if you're in different villages and you're calling your girlfriend and saying, "Oh, I miss you so much," but you can get your ass and drive there. But that's what I did. So after 10 months, I said that's enough, and I told them I was like, I'm going to Ukraine for a week. Uh, Please use my sick time. They said, yeah. And I couldn't leave that week um, because my American citizenship had to be postponed for the meeting for another month. And so I was just on hold, and I said, I gotta go to work. Like, I can't sit there for another month. Um, so I went to work the next day, and the manager looked at me and she's like, "What are you doing here?" I said, I gotta work. I gotta work another week, and then I'll go to Ukraine. She said, "You didn't follow the guidelines. You're fired." So I was fired for not sitting at home and doing my own thing. I was in shock because if I would have just stayed home for 2 weeks, I would have got paid. I would have got still had a job, and probably I would have been able to. This is hypothetically buy a house, but at that point the houses were very cheap. not as right now. But it's crazy how I realize how I spend 7 days a week work. I couldn't go to church because the church was closed, but they were just transmitted online. And for 7 months, all that work, I learned that your body is very fragile in the way that your ligaments are very tender, and one wrong move can very dislocate. So into work, while my fiance was in Ukraine at that time, and I was still trying to find a job in the United States, I worked everywhere. So I worked as a dishwasher, I worked in a clothing company at the same time, and then I did some caregiving as well. Like, so I ended up pulling my shoulder and going to medical school to be hired for another job, this job. And so I had to do physical tests that require strength, and I basically like dislocated harder my shoulder because I showed them that my shoulders were fine, but they weren't. So like, she's like, you look in pain. I'm like, no, just fine, just a little sore, you know. So I ended up getting hired to this chocolate factory. And I mean, when you say chocolate factory, like Wonka, whatever, it's nothing like that. Like, it's, I mean, you got the chocolate, don't get me wrong, but it's hot. Like, it's very hot. At one point, I was working, and there was confined space, and I had to mix chocolate in this room. And after 40 minutes, I said, well, it's hot. Like, I'm gonna get out and get a drink. So I went and left, you know, and the manager comes up and is like, where you been? Where you been? I'm like, I've been in the bathroom drinking water because I was dehydrated. You guys left me alone. It's like, oh, you can't tell us that you left because I thought you were gone or something, and we were trying to find you, you know, because you were you were missing. I mean, at our job. So, but apart from that, there was a miracle that a jack pallet ended up falling on my foot, and um, I told him, lift it up, bro. Like, you just dropped on my foot, so he lifts it up. But we had like steel toe boot. But the weird thing about it is that my toe wasn't crashed; it was the bottom of my foot. So let's say you got this foot and you got the steel toe, but you crashed it here. So, and my previous injury from my motorcycle accident, that was right there, but I was fine. Um, Apart from that, yeah, I just wanted to share the story of Chocolate Factory. I did 72 to 80 hour week. Basically, I was I went from one shift to, you had to like have 12-hour break. Well, I went for 8 hours, so I went to night shift, and but I kind of liked it. If I tell a review about Berry Callebaut, the managers are completely useless because they send messages. They send you like, oh, we need workers and stuff like that. But when you apply there, and you say, hey, you know me, like, I've worked my butt off 7 days a week, like, and they don't want to hire you. They don't want to hire you because they know that you're gonna be working crazy hours, and they don't like that either, I guess. So it's two sticks around the corner, but uh, right now we're have a fever with our little kids, so I'm a little sick, but we figured I'd go outside and get some fresh air and talk to you guys. So that was uh that was it. That was the Berry Callebaut Chocolate Factory story. I worked many jobs, as you probably guys don't know, but I worked um, I worked many different jobs, and that was just to show that you don't need much to be able to find a job. You just need to be willing to work, put in the hours, and you're just willing to get knowledge, because knowledge is, they want the knowledge. They want to feel comfortable that you're doing your job right and you're trying. So, a wonderful day, and I hope you guys stay for next video.